In this video, we're going to learn how to find the equation of the line perpendicular to x minus 4y equals 2 and passing through points 3, negative 1. In order to do this, we need to know what it means to have a slope that's perpendicular to another slope. For example, suppose I have a slope m equals 3. The perpendicular slope will be the negative reciprocal to my given slope. In other words, if we think of the integer 3 as 3 over 1, our perpendicular slope is going to be negative 1/3. It's always the reciprocal of your given slope and the opposite sign. We'll begin by solving our problem first by getting the slope-intercept form of our given equation, identifying the slope, then using that slope to get our perpendicular slope, using our perpendicular slope with our given points to construct a new equation. Let's get started. If I have the equation x minus 4y equals 2, and I want to put it into slope-intercept form, I essentially need to solve for y. So let's do that. We'll subtract x from both sides of the equation so that we have negative 4y equals negative x plus 2. Next, because we're solving for y, we need to isolate it or get it by itself on one side of the equation. So now I'll divide 4 from all of the terms throughout my equation. That gives me y equals 1/4 x. And the reason why I write it as 1/4 x instead of x over 4 is because I want to clearly see the value of my slope. 1/4 x and x over 4 mean the same thing. But if I write it as 1/4 x, I can see right away that my slope is going to equal 1/4. Anyway, we have y equals 1/4 x minus 1/2, which comes from 2 divided by negative 4. Simplifying that fraction gives us negative 1/2. So now, for this equation, we have our slope. M equals 1/4. But the problem asks us to find the equation of the line perpendicular to our given equation. So I take the negative reciprocal of m equals 1/4, and that gives me a slope of negative 4. I'll use negative 4 as my slope, and my points 3, negative 1, to construct a new equation. To do this, I'll use the point-slope formula, which says y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where y1 is the y-coordinate in our pair of points, m is our slope, our new slope, and x1 is our x-coordinate in our ordered pair. Let's plug these values in. I have y minus y1. Now y1 happens to be negative 1, so I'll write it like this, equals m, negative 4, times x minus x1, that's x minus 3. Now I need to distribute and simplify my equation. So if I have y minus negative 1, distributing the negative, in other words, negative times the negative, gives us y plus 1 equals, and then I distribute the negative 4 times x, negative 4x, negative 4 times negative 3 gives me positive 12. From here, I'll subtract 1 from both sides, and I'm left with y equals negative 4x plus 11. There's our answer. So the equation of the line perpendicular to x minus 4y equals 2, passing through points 3, negative 1, happens to be y equals negative 4x plus 11. That's it for this problem, and I hope you've enjoyed the video.